So I've been putting this video up for 4 years. Don't do that. So starting this channel has got to be the most difficult thing I've ever attempted in my life. Not because there's any particular difficulty in turning on your camera or your phone, in my case, and ranting about your life, your successes and failures and insights into this, that, or the other, sharing your art, sharing your mind and your soul with a group of random strangers on the internet, and hoping that your story will inspire them. But because I'm camera shy to the extreme and it has become debilitating, I still can't believe I'm doing this. But I figured the best way to get over your fear is to dive in head first. So in the spirit of expressing my stress on the internet, let me tell you about the motivations, my thought processes behind making this video and starting this channel. And hopefully it applies to you as well. Hopefully it's that little kick up the backside that you need to get going. Who knows? As an aspiring music artist, emphasis on aspiring, the worst case scenario would be, in my opinion, having much less talent than you think you have and just making a lot of noise for no reason. The second worst case scenario though, and only slightly worse, is having sufficient talent vetted by professionals in your field, some of whom you've worked with, ghostwritten for, and you can't put out stuff of your own. Or you're a painter or a sculptor, or you're just really knowledgeable about a field, like making money or living healthy, or you're really funny, but you don't put anything out because you're scared of the limelight, or you're scared shitless to be judged by thousands and thousands of people on the internet sitting there judging you continuously. Bitch, no one cares. Not at first. And that's a good thing. I'm the music artist, by the way, and my motivation, I guess it came from checking my bank account balance and credit card debt and the general lack of fulfillment and no songwriting gigs in a bit. And I thought to myself, you're gonna die broke, man. Even worse, you're going to wither away with all these ideas, creativity, brimming, and no one's ever going to know. My Instagram is bare bones. My TikTok has 2 posts on there, which is quite ridiculous. I can sign up for distribution as much as I want. Who knows me well enough to give me a chance, that bit of a head start in such a saturated and competitive space? I'm going to be fighting blind for Spotify playlists where no one even knows who I am. It is a heck of a handicap to overcome, and not one that anyone can really. There is a reason why artists are signed to labels. There's a reason why independent artists take flight, and it's not because someone heard them singing in the bedroom. It's because they put something out there, you know? Most likely a lot of some things. And people finally started to take notice and decided to give them a chance. For someone whose dream is to make art that people can connect to, hopefully a lot of people, enough so that I can make a living off of it, why the block? Why the inability to take that step to put myself in front of an audience of potentially thousands or hundreds of thousands of people? Why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult to take that first step? Why is it so hard to just press record? Now picture this, 4-year-old you prancing around the house with a cape and a hat on and a mask on, yelling at the top of your lungs. In view, a humble vaudevillain, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. And your mom yells, "Shut the fuck up." That happens enough times, boom, introvert. And if you get that reference, if you didn't, now I'm no big brain scientist or psychologist, but I did do some research. I am capable of that. And I found that anywhere from 25 to 40% of people are introverts, according to my lovely peer in the psychology biz. While the tendency towards introversion and extroversion is genetically predisposed, environmental factors and personal experiences can modify how these traits are expressed and experienced by individuals. One of which is that being around a lot of people drains you. You have a teeny tiny circle of friends. People find it difficult to know you because you are reserved and keep to yourself, which is not to be mistaken for being timid, but that could be a factor as well. You're very careful with your words, being careful to mull them over before letting them go. Too much stimulation discombobulates you. You're super self-aware and super self-conscious. You learn by watching rather than by doing the thing because you want to mitigate the risk of failing at it. Now, this last one, lots of thought, little action, can be quite crippling because you spend a lot of time learning how to do something, and then the years pass and the days pass and you found that you've not even gotten started. Now that is a problem. It's called overthinking. I'm an overthinker. That's me. And when it comes to my personal creative process in terms of songwriting, making beats, drawing, I am quite decisive and go pretty quickly where the inspiration takes me. But when it comes to YouTube and creating posts on Instagram and whatnot, I find that I'm watching videos on how to make videos, how to start, what gear to get, what to do with the gear when I get them, videos on video editing, color grading, thumbnail design, boom mics and ribbon mics and cameras and camera lenses. I find that I'm learning so much theory and putting so little to use, which is crazy because the only way to get better is to start. And if you don't start, what's the point of having the idea in the first place? I'm no better prepared than I was 4 years ago. I've not had any extra experience speaking to the camera, public speaking, video editing, and Photoshop and whatnot. I'm still nervous about being judged about my personality, my thoughts, my accent, my looks, the way I gesture, all of that. But what I am most of all is willing to fail as many times as it takes to get good enough at this that complete strangers on the internet are interested in what I have to say and are able to get value from my videos. To help as many people as possible realize that there's no shame in the grind and you could just grit your teeth and push through regardless of the results in the beginning, to embody self-improvement through work and expression. I've read somewhere that if you start something and you don't suck at first, you started too late. And I've read somewhere else that yesterday was the best time and today is the next best time. So why wait? Procrastination is a crazy thing and it becomes such a drag. You get stuck in one place and the whole world just seems to leave you behind. So you guys are my accountability partners and I'm yours. So let me know down in the comments, what is that thing you want to get started on? What's that vision you have? Give yourself a timeline, write down some steps and get on it as soon as you can. Make sure no stone is left unturned. Do the best with what you have when you can and watch yourself grow. My dream is freedom of expression, financial independence, being able to showcase my art to as many people as possible and affect lives as a result of that. I dream of traveling the world, experiencing new things and creating memories with the ones I love. What is your dream?